Can we just take a moment to acknowledge the fact that this movie that a bunch of people consider, like this big, hilarious, superhero action comedy or whatever, opens with a woman dying of cancer, and people say Marvel relies too much on jokes. Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome back to Marvel Month. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Guardians of the Galaxy, directed by James Gunn, released in 2014. After the aforementioned mother dying of cancer, Star-Lord, a young boy from Missouri, gets abducted by aliens and grows up to be a bounty hunter played by Chris Pratt. He gets mixed up in a chase for an Infinity Stone led by another generic one-off villain who plans to use the stone to destroy everything. So, Star-Lord must team up with a group of outlaws, a green assassin played by Zoe Saldana, a muscly gray guy who doesn't understand metaphors played by Dave Bautista, a raccoon played by Bradley Cooper, and a tree played by Vin Diesel to stop the bad guy and get the stone to a safe place. Literally everyone who saw the trailers for this movie was expecting it to be a failure. This is a really weird concept. It just looks ridiculous and, kind of silly, but the movie kind of relishes in the fact that it's silly. It, right from its advertising, it, makes it clear that it's not to be taken that seriously. And it honestly kind of works in every single angle that it goes, It's really funny. It's got plenty of great, jokes and humor and one-liners and stuff like that. All the characters are memorable. They have, great personalities. The performances and from everyone involved are really well done. For all of its comedy, it's also got a lot of heart to it and a lot of, great emotion. It's got plenty of action and space fights and stuff like that. It feels like so much of a different type of movie, but at the same time doesn't feel out of place when paired next to the other Marvel movies. And overall, it's just fun. It's a fun fucking time. Every time I watch it, I just get a big dumb grin on my face. There are so many jokes that hit bullseyes, and even for all the ones that don't get as big of a laugh, there are still 5 more that do just as well. All the characters are memorable. I think all of the performances from everyone involved, they're really good. Chris Pratt, I don't remember which came out first, this or the Lego Movie, but I freaking loved him in the Lego Movie, and I really wish that I saw this in theaters as well because he was great in this. He was so charming and charismatic and funny. Zoe Saldana, she is a badass, but she's also, got her own kind of character. She's really stoic and everything like that, and serious. Team Rocket and Groot is just funny. Groot provides a lot of the heart, while Rocket is very much like the Tony Stark of the group, providing a lot of the cynicism and one-liners and stuff like that. The only one that isn't really developed into much of a character is Drax, played by Dave Bautista, but he's still really entertaining and, really sympathetic and really cool to watch. And he does get plenty of development in the second one. All of these characters are, entertaining to watch. Their stories are easy to follow. They are given a good amount of development to where you care about them and you want to see them succeed, which honestly has to be commended. I mean, you gotta think, the Avengers, it took them 5 movies of development to get to this one big event movie with all these characters crossing over together, and to have it work and be fluent and stuff like that. Meanwhile, this is introducing 5 new characters that most of which the general public has never heard of or seen before, and it manages to get you to care, get you to sympathize with them, make them entertaining, make them interesting, and have you care about them and root for them by the end of the movie. That is really impressive, and I think that all comes down to the writing and directing from James Gunn. He definitely makes this movie. I think that this series would be, you know, like naked without him. I'm really glad Disney came to their senses and hired him back for Guardians 3. And that's all I will mention about that, because I don't really feel like getting into an argument in the comments with people. But yeah, he did a great job with this movie, and he just breathes life into this whole series. The movie is colorful, it's visually interesting, not just in, you know, the visuals, but the backgrounds too. There's plenty of action and comedy and suspense and everything like that. Another really great and memorable part of this movie is the soundtrack. This and Deadpool, fitting because of the shirt, have some of the best superhero movie soundtracks ever. Like the, you know, like 80s, 70s, 80s, you know, feel of the soundtrack with the awesome mix and stuff like that. The songs are so, you know, like they're well chosen, and they work well in, like, not just in context of the movie, but listening to them on their own, because, you know, they're classics. And it also helps, you know, kind of with the tone of the movie as well. So I really love the soundtrack. Is probably one of the best parts of the Guardians series. The only problem, like I said, the villain is a bit of a letdown. He's just, as I said before in that description, he's just a generic one-off villain. He's there to set up Thanos and, you know, kind of show his army and who he's working for and help establish the Infinity Stones, and that's really all he's there for. He's just another disposable villain. But honestly, that's really the only problem that I have with the movie. It's just a genuinely fun time. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, really good movie. Surprisingly so. When I was first seeing stuff for this movie, I did not expect it to be as good as it was, but, you know, I was very pleasantly surprised. So if I had to rate it, probably give it 4 to 4.5 out of 5. Anyway, that does it for another episode of Marvel Month. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to tell me in the comments what you thought of Guardians of the Galaxy. How does it hold up after all these years? And which Guardians member is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. And tune in tomorrow when I'll be taking a look at the second Avengers movie, Avengers Age of Ultron. But anyway, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.